Hello there guys and welcome to a brand new FIFA 20 career mode with Blackpool, and today we're going to be doing a Road to Glory. Today's going to be the official episode 1 of this Road to Glory. I'm going to take them all the way from League 1 to the Premier League and see if we can sign some amazing players along the way, and I want your guys' comments throughout all the episodes on the support on where we can improve this career mode from start to finish. And like I say guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget, leave a like down below on the video. Hit the subscribe button if you are new, and let's get stuck into this. So then guys, there is one thing I just want to quickly mention before we get into this career mode, and it should help you guys enjoy this career mode a lot more. It definitely will me. So because I'm playing this on PC, it allows me to use the mods, and so with that I'm using a Realism mod, which is only available on PC. So I'll leave a link down below for all you PC players that want to play this and use this mod. So with this, it's going to help it feel a lot more realistic, hence the name, the Realism mod. It also adds a few nice features in here. So you can see here, if we go over to the squad and we go to the squad hub and we scroll across, you've got the injury list, edit kit numbers, and then you've got the team sheets. And like I say, you can see every team's team sheet in the league and every league in the game. So we go over here, sorry I went on the wrong one then, but all team sheets can go across to every team in the game and have a look how they are, which is quite nice. Injury list, I'll quickly show you that. Just self-explanatory. Injury list, the status, the injury and the length, which is quite nice. And the other two features as well, which I quite like and will definitely help this career mode, is teams in the lower leagues, like myself with Blackpool, they'll make a lot more loans in and around the Premier League, in and around the Championship and League 1 and League 2. And also the transfer budgets have been dramatically reduced, because if you notice, whenever you start a League 1 team, teams like Sunderland, for example, a popular Road to Glory team, they'll start with like 3-4 million, I think, to start off with, which is quite a lot of money. But in real life, I don't really feel like that's the case. They are a big club, don't get me wrong, but especially Blackpool, for example, I think they start with like 1.5 million, something around that, whereas I don't really feel like that's going to be realistic. Whereas with this mod, if we quickly go over here to the office, you'll be able to see we get 87,000 in the transfer budget to work with and 20,000 in the wage. So we're going to have to do a lot of loans and a lot of wheeling and dealing to get ourselves out of League 1, which I like, because I don't want it to just be a straightforward career mode where we get out of League 1, go to the Championship, get out of that, go to the Premier League. So I want it to be a bit more, hard. Obviously, I want it to be sort of straightforward. I don't want it to drag on for 15 seasons trying to get a Champions League win, but I also want it to be a bit harder to get out of League 1 so it actually feels like an accomplishment rather than just, an everyday thing. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. It should help make the career mode a lot better and a lot more realistic. So here we are then guys, this is the objectives overview for this career mode in the first season. So you can see here, FA Cup reached around the 32, a little bit ambitious for me, but we can only but try and get there. I definitely want to try and win the FA Cup at some point, because Blackpool do have one trophy to the name, which is the FA Cup, and I remember that just because Stanley Matthews, obviously I weren't born then, what have you, but because I am from Blackpool, Stanley Matthews and Blackpool, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the second one there, within 2 seasons, League 1, fight for promotion. So that's not too bad. That's sort of realistic, I would say. And then you see there at the bottom, finish mid-table. So if I can finish 10th and above, I'll be more than happy with that. But obviously, I'm going to try and win the League 1 title this season, try and get out. Obviously, completely different to what I just said, how I don't want it to be straightforward. But if I can, it'll feel like an actual goal, considering we've only got 87,000 to work with. So, you know what I mean? If we can win it, that's great. Youth development here, make £13.5 million profit from a youth player sales. Within 2 seasons. So that's going to be quite important. Obviously, selling youth players and getting some money in, because obviously we've got no money at the moment. Brand exposure, keep a streak of at least 85% attendance in 10 consecutive home games. So I believe with this mod as well, it does affect your objectives, which is nice, because I think when you do it on the normal console, I think the League 1 objective is to win the league, which I guess is sort of okay considering you get more money. But with this, it's quite nice to, finish mid-table, because I think in real life, now obviously other leagues have ended, Blackpool are, I think, right now in 13th place. So for me to take a team that's 13th in the league right now, obviously the league hasn't fully ended, what have you, but you know what I mean, and then go win the league, it's very unrealistic, I think. So with this, it makes it a lot more better. Financial, finished the season with 2.7 million unspent allocated funds. So that should be doable. It means we've got to sell a few youngsters if we can. But yeah, that's it. That's our objectives for the season. I'm happy with them. Hope you guys are as well. Let's hope we can complete them. Here is our transfer budget for the season, as you guys seen. But here you can see in full, 87,000 and £1 we've got to work with this season in the transfer budget. 20,000 in the wage, so it's not a lot. Like even if it's to loan players in, I can't loan too high caliber of a player, because you'll be able to see here, if I just move all that over, 22,000. So I don't think there's any point in having a transfer budget, if I'm going to be honest, because there's no one we're going to sign for 87,000. So obviously we can check free agents, we can check loans, and also I want you guys to let me know down below, should I scout a future star? Obviously, sometimes it makes it a little bit boring because you know they're going to become good, all this sort of good stuff. But starting off on this much of a realistic career mode with only 22,000 in the wage budget to spend, I feel like a superstar wouldn't be too bad of an idea, because he could come on to become a club legend and win the FA Cup with us and go down in history as sort of like, you know, this player helped us win an FA Cup when we haven't won one for so long, or the Premier League or the Champions League sort of thing. And he could really make a name for himself at this club as, you know, a youth academy player. So should I do it, guys? Let me know down below. I won't make the decision until you guys let me know, just because I want to make this as realistic as possible. If you guys think that will ruin it, let me know by all means. Like I say, I won't do it, but leave a comment down below and let me know. So here we are then, guys. This is the team to start our FIFA 20 Road to Glory with. We're going to go with 4-3-3. We're going to try it out for a little while. I was tempted to go 4-4-2, proper League One old school tactics, but I think we'll go with a 4-3-3. Try it out, see how it goes. We've got the players to fit it anyway, but one thing you guys might have noticed, and one thing I do want to point out, is these do not have, this whole career mode does not start with the January January transfers included in it. So for example, Bruno Fernandes will not be at Man United, I do not think, because like the guy who made the mod mentioned, if you start a new career mode now and Bruno Fernandes is at United starting in July, that's not how it happened in real life anyway. So I feel like this is a lot more realistic. You start with like literally the players that started back in July, and we can build on it from there. So this is the team going through. We don't have too bad of a team, I don't think. Spearing here, our captain, 30 years of age, but I've played with Blackpool a few times in a few different FIFAs, and he has been a really good player. Never mind the stats here, 84 balance, 81 stamina as well. For 30 years of age, you can't really complain with that. But we'll start with a striker. So Hardy here, 64 rated, 22 years of age, 6'2", right-footed there. I've got 3-star weak foot, that's not too bad. But the main thing about him is his 86 pace. That's definitely why I'll be using him up front first. On the left-hand side, we've got Scannell. Now, I've chosen him to go on the left over Kai. If you guys watch Master Books, you'll know, can't get my words out, you'll know of Kai. But I've got him on the left just because his weak foot is a little bit lower. So if he's cutting in, I want him to use his strongest foot, which is his right foot, shooting on goal. Because then Kai, as you can see, has got a 3-star weak foot. So his left foot is a little bit better than Scannell's. And then we go to the midfield. We've got Virtue here, Guy and Spearing. Three players. I'm not looking to replace. Like I say, we've not got a lot of money to replace them, I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to be stuck with these players, which is alright, to be fair. They're not too bad. 60 rated there, 22 years of age, so he might grow a little bit. Can play CDM, can play centre mid. Spearing, again, CDM, centre mid. And then Guy, if we go up to him here, 5'10", 22 years of age, so hopefully he can grow a little bit as well. Centre mid once again, and CDM. So there's no cam in this formation. We do have a cam on the bench in Thompson, which could obviously fit for Virtue a Guy, or, you know, in a substitute in a game at some point. But I think for now, this will be our starting 11. If we go to the back four here, we've got Turton at right back. We've got Bushiri, I'm going to go with there. 66 rated centre-back. Not too bad there, to be fair. And a 65 rated centre-back in Tilt. Not the best pace, 64 and 65, but 78 physical there on Bushiri and 73 physical on Tilt. And then we go to our left-back, Husband there. 65 rated, 25 years of age. A 3-star weak foot there, but he is left-footed anyway. And Turton, he's right-footed, so that helps there. So not too bad of starting 11, I've got to imagine here. It could be a lot worse, and I almost forgot the goalkeeper then. Alnwick, I'm going to go with 26 years of age, 6'2", so he might just get a little bit better. If we can get up to a 70, that would be great. But I think for the first season, he will do. And like I say, I think most of these players for the first season will definitely do. We drop down to the bench here. There's a few players here. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Ganandulet, maybe that was right. I don't know. 27 years of age, 6'4", so he can definitely win a few headers here and there. 67 pace. That's why I've not put him in the team to start with. And like I say, it's not all about pace, because obviously his height can play a factor, but I think to start with, we'll go with Hardy and see how he is up front, and if need be, switch him out. Delafonso. Now, this guy, I'm sure used to be a lot faster than this. 67 pace. I guess he is a lot older now, 28, but I'm sure he used to be faster than 67 pace. Let's be honest here. What's his sprint speed? 71. Yeah, I'm sure it used to be a lot faster. But anyway, we got him for the wings. Thompson there for the midfield. Feeney for the left. 75 pace. Not too bad, but he is 32, so he is getting on a bit. I'm guessing he'll go down in overall this season. And then we've got Edwards, Nottingham, and Malfumbi. I'm going to go with Malfumbi. That sounds about right, doesn't it? 25, our backup goalkeeper there. But I do believe we have another goalkeeper down here, Sims and Howard. So probably Howard should be our backup goalkeeper here instead. Age 32, 6 foot there. And we'll have these two on the bench. Hopefully Sims I can train up a bit. Age 19, only 51 rated. Really poor. but just get him in a training schedule. But then again, with the Realism mod, the training schedule, like the training sessions, don't work as good as they normally do in FIFA. Like, you can't just smash someone in there for 5 drills and about the end of the season having got by 10 overalls. It's not going to work like that, so you're going to have to play a lot more games and try a lot harder. But Sims, definitely a goalkeeper I'd look to use in the future if I could. Get him up to a 60 possibly. Try and get him into the first team. And then we've got Shaw here, left mid, Anderson, left back, McDonald, left back, Nuttall, age 22, another decent striker there, 72 pace, 68 sprint speed, 75 strength. How tall is he? 6 foot, so that's not too bad there. 3-star weak foot. But yeah, not too bad of a team to start with. But we definitely want to build on this team. And one thing that I did forget when we were talking about the transfer budget is obviously we have this pre-season tournament coming up as well. I'm just going to sim it. I'm not going to play it and, like, you know, for example, win all games so I get the obviously 1 point whatever million it is. I'm just going to simulate it, and whatever we come out with, we come out with. It shouldn't be loads. It might be an extra 200,000, but it'll definitely help. So then, guys, one thing I'm doing now is I'm just going to go down the squad hub and just transfer list anyone that I feel like we could sell. Not that I'm going to go out and transfer loads of different players and then bring in some, you know, 70-odd rated Premier League player. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, you can see here, we've got 4 goalkeepers, and obviously we don't need 4. Obviously, I don't think, injuries are going to get that bad at goal. So I'm just going to transfer list Mark Howard here. A little bit of surprise, 64 rated, but he is age 32. So if I can get as much money as I can for him while I can now, definitely will. And then at least then we've got Alnwick in goal. We've got Malfumbi there as backup, 58 rated, and we've got Sims there, 51 rated. You know, if it comes to it and Alnwick gets injured, I'll have to just bite the bullet there and put Malfumbi in net. But yeah, if I can transfer Howard, why not? And get a little bit of money in if we can. You can see here Graham as well, age 18, 48 overall. I just transfer listed. I'm not even going to try and, you know, train him up and all this sort of other stuff. I will do that with other players, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like, you know, 48 is such a long way to go before he gets into the first team here. So, like I said, there's not going to be loads of players on a transfer list. I'm just going to go down here and just check how many players we have in each position. And you can see we've got 3 left backs here, but I'm not in a rush to sell any, to be fair. Because they can come in handy, you know, when I least expect it anyway. 4 centre-backs there, which is nice. 2 right-backs, that's fine. Midfielders, we really lack midfielders, I've got to say. You can see here now, we've got 2 CDMs. And then we've got 1 centre-mid and 2 cams. And one of the cams is out on loan. Jamie Devitt, on loan at Bradford City. Now, I wish I could recall him. But how much that will cost, I'm not too sure. Whether we can afford it. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'll have to try and look into that, what have you. So, 2 CDMs, we're definitely keeping them. Left mids, Feeney, Kai and Shaw. Shaw's 49 overall, but he is age 18. Is it worth loaning him out to a League 2 team, do you reckon? Or is it just worth keeping him in the team just to make up numbers? To be honest, I don't feel like I'm ever going to use him at 49 overall. I'd rather just play a right midfielder there or a centre mid, or change the formation just for that one game. So I'm gonna loan list him. See if that changes anything. Guy, keeping him. Thompson, definitely keeping him. Now up to the right mids. I've only got 2 of them as well. Delfonso and Scannell. Keeping both of them. These will want contracts at the end of the season as well. So need to keep that in mind. That is not great. Thinking about that now as well. Watkinson, 48. Roach, 48. We're going to just loan list both of them. Just straight away loan list them. And then we've got ourselves 3 strikers here. Will definitely help. I'm not going to sell any of them just because I know how important strikers can be. And if we go and change to a 4-4-2, for example, we'll definitely need a backup striker there as well. So I thought, let's take a look at the training now, see if we can get anyone in, getting their overalls up as quick as we can. And, okay, no one to train, no one to train, no one to train. And, okay, Bushiri, I can train him. And that's it, by the looks of it. Sims, I don't even have the growth thing there. Why is that? If you guys could let me know down below. I guess, obviously, promising player and all that, but surely Sims, age 19, must have some sort of growth in him. So I think what we'll do, because I'm very surprised, never been to a team where there's no one that will have a promising player, or at least 2. Do you know what I mean? But I guess now here we are in League 1. So Shaw as well, I'd love to possibly get him up a little bit, but if he is going out on loan, I don't really want to waste the spot. So I think here we'll go with Hardy. Do you reckon at 22 he can still increase a bit? What do you reckon? I'm not too sure. Nuttall maybe. Increase that sprint speed from 68. We'll add Bushiri in. We'll try and get him on as many drills as we can, because if he is a promising player, then I obviously want him to be as highest overall as I can get him. Suggested 4 left. I can do this one or this one. I think we'll go with race against the clock. You can't really argue with upping the sprint speed and all that. Next one, brick in the wall. Finishing. No, so we don't need finishing. That's only good for jumping and heading. Which, would I want to waste a drill on 2 alone? But then I guess I've got no one else to really put in there, if you know what I mean. We'll leave it for now, but worst comes to worst, I'll put him back in. Let's put Sims in there, try and get his overall up a little bit. Put him on the hard one. See what he can do against that. Fullbacks, we got anyone here? McDonald, possibly. I could maybe try and get his overall up a little bit. See what I can train him on. Race against the clock. Oh, I want something a bit more defensive. Yeah, that seems a bit better. What is his sprint speed? 54. Okay, Christ. What do I do? I think I'm going to go with... Wait, what's his defensive? So that's not too bad, I guess. 60 at least plus. Obviously, strength's quite bad, but we'll do race against the clock for him. Up his sprint speed a little bit on that left-hand side. And then next, we will go with... Kai. Would he even increase at 23? I'm not too sure. Guy or Virtue or Thompson. Okay. What are the overall? 62, 60 and 60. Okay. Well, these two are in the main starting 11, aren't they? So I'd like to increase them. He's valued at 1.1. He's valued at 900,000. Just have a look at a few of these stats here. Oh, it's a tough one. Who do I go with? I think I just go with... I'm going to go with Virtue. Just because he's closer to getting another overall. And then if he does get another overall... Because we can see here, stats aren't the best. Strength and defensive awareness. Once he gets up to that 61, as you can see, he's so close. But then we could possibly put someone else in there in place. But we'll do that as a training drills for now, and we'll see how it goes. So when it comes to transfers in this career mode, I wanted to do it a little bit different. Instead of going on, you know, external websites, checking up overalls and all that sort of stuff, I just wanted to actually use the in-game scouting to try and scout as some players. Obviously, I have done a bit of search myself, as we'll see in a minute when I go to the shortlist. But I definitely want to use this more often. You can see here I put 2 new ones in. So I've got Winger Pacey, which to be honest I want to put first team on there just because I don't want some sort of like 50 rated winger. So we just add first team quality to that. 1 second. Oh, never mind. Yeah, here we go. Edit and Pacey, but I also want him to first team quality as well. So we'll add that in. And we got him 16 to 18 because I don't feel like... you know, when I'm buying players, especially I'm thinking more the 24 to 26 range, 60 overall, that's the sort of players we'll sign. But when it comes to loaning players, I want to stick between the 16 to 18 sort of range. So if I go to a Premier League club, I'm not going to, you know, for example, loan in Mason Greenwood when I know in real life he's on the verge of getting first team football. Well, he's had first team football for United, but you know what I mean? He's had first team football, he's sort of breaking in there. I won't imagine him in real life then loading him to a League One team out of the blue. So I'm going to try and stick upon that path. I'm not going to know every player and the sort of stance they have at these certain clubs, but I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to use the scout instructions. Like I say, we've got striker, pacey, prolific. That was already there. Next one, central mid, first team quality. And then the one after that, winger, pacey, first team quality. So we're going to try and use that, see if we can get some decent players in. Next, the shortlist. I want to show you guys the players I've shortlisted. So these are the players I've come up with. So Anthony Gordon. Now, obviously, with me being an Everton fan, and you guys might have noticed at the start of the episode I mentioned how I was from Blackpool and all this about fans from different places and all this sort of stuff. Well, my dad's side of the family is born in Liverpool, and that's how I'm an Everton fan, because my mum's side of the family, they don't really do football and what have you. So my dad's side, they were born in Liverpool, that's how I ended up supporting Everton. So Anthony Gordon, moving on. Anthony Gordon, I know he's sort of on the verge of going into first team football for Everton, but whether he will or not, I'm not too sure. So I'm on the edge of that one at the moment, Anthony Gordon. Next, James Gardner. Garner for United. I feel like he'd be a decent loan in as well. Another midfielder, which will definitely help. Fitzpatrick from Norwich. Right midfielder. Can play right mid, left mid and striker. Age 18. I noticed all these players range from 16 to 18. Well, there's no 16-year-olds. It's just all 18 and 17-year-olds. But I'm in that sort of bracket when looking at them. Now, next, Ryan Astley from Everton can play centre-back and right-back, age 17, Welsh. Another decent little player there we could sign in. Definitely help with squad depth at the back. Zek, I'm going to go with Medley there from Arsenal. I'm sure a lot of people know about him, possibly. Centre-back, left-back, age 18, English as well. But one thing I need to check is when I'm looking at these players, you'll see weekly wage, 13,000. So obviously he's quite what's the word I'm looking for? Quite an established youngster in the Arsenal team, I can imagine. So with him being on that sort of wage, so if we get him, pay 50-50, that's what, 6,500 gone, and we've only got 20,000 to work with. So I need to be, you know, sort of crucial and quite eager on the eye when looking at these weekly wages and these players. But last but not least, we've got Yannick Toure from Newcastle there. She can play striker and left mid, age 18, from Switzerland. And what's his wage? See, 4,100. That's doable. If we do 50-50 on that or 60-40, it's not going to break the bank. But anyway, guys, let me know down below who you think I should loan in or possibly buy, because we'll find out next when I sim through these games through the preseason tournament. But let me know down below, because I don't know all the players and what have you. I've only just gone through and done a quick 5-minute scout and just come up with these players. Simmed ahead to the first game in the preseason tournament. You can see here we got some emails, all from players here. Spearing saying greetings, we've got work to do. Sure, thanks boss. I think a loan move is what I need. Good, I'm happy with that. Howard, I'm surprised but a bit glad that you've taken steps without me having to ask. Okay, I'm just happy he's happy, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I was a little bit on the edge whether he would be happy about being sold, but you can see he's more than happy with it. And then Graham, just glad we're aligned. Here we go then. Let's go and simulate this preseason tournament. Let's see how we do. And with the mod as well, it allows you to sim it like the previous FIFAs. I don't know why they took this feature away. You know, it does it by minute, and you don't have to just skip straight away to the end. We can do this. Obviously, you get the chance to skip it to the end, which we're going to do now. Spearing, red card. 19 minutes in, that is not great. Thompson, oh, that's for them. I thought it was Thompson on the bench for us then. But Spearing, a red card. Down to 10 men, 19 minutes in. They've scored. Are we going to get a goal here? Come on, please. Start off well. Are we going to do anything? Are we going to score a goal here? Skip. And they win 1-0. Okay, to a team I've never heard of before. We've already lost in the pre-season tournament. We're a player suspended already. Got yeah, 1 match ban there. Transfer offer here for Delafonso. Now, I don't want to sell him just because of how crucial he is to the first team. I don't want to sell any players other than the players I've got transfer listed, because I don't have the money in the backing to sell a player and bring in a player of equal quality. I just don't feel like I do. So we're just going to keep all the players we can. We'll replace him, actually. I don't want them to put anyone in there. I want Thompson in there, possibly. Put, actually, who should we have? Yeah, we put Thompson there for... Who's got a better physical, actually, out of Guy or Virtue? He's got 55 defending. So we'll put Virtue where Spearing was. We'll stick him in there and have this team ready, go out for this second game here. Simulate this. Let's try and get a win in this. Oh, he's still on the bench. My mistake, guys. 1 second. One thing with this mod as well, you pick up injuries a lot more, which is obviously not better, but it makes it feel a little bit more realistic. Who should we put on the bench here? Nuttall. We'll just stick him on there. Hopefully they might make a change in striker at some point. Grab us a goal, which would be nice. Let's simulate this against Ross County. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, Ross County. Come on. Let's get a win, Blackpool. Come on, away from home. I don't think it matters in this pre-season, but come on. And we get the win. Turton there, our right back, I do believe, grabbing a goal in the 79th minute. At least we get 3 points. I'd like to get through to the final, but whether we would or not is... I don't really think we will, if I'm going to be honest. And at the same time, I want to and everything, because it'd be nice, but I don't want to, because I don't want to be given like £1 million. It's like, oh yeah, I'll go out and spend this sort of thing. Already interest shown in Traore, bloody hell. Traore here from Newcastle. Who's after him? Okay, Carl Zesgina. Never heard of him. Spearing's back. We're going to put him back into the team here. Now, we might have to make a few changes for this game, because I definitely don't want any injuries to start the season at all. A few transfer offers here. International management. Interest shown in other players. Bloody hell. I'm going to have to end this episode soonish, because I want to get this episode up and I want to get your guys' opinions on what I should do with the team before I start making any changes, because I don't want to get so far ahead in this episode and then, you know, all these players leave and go to different clubs. So we're going to change the team up here. Feeney's going to come on. Delafonso's going to come on. Thompson. Oh, wow. So this was a problem with midfield. I have no one for midfield at all. Who did we change out last time? Where Virtue? Okay, he's not got the best stamina himself. I'll put him on the bench. Put him on the bench, and that's all we can do, really. 2 midfielders there. I'm a little bit conscious about getting an injury. Let's sim this one, though. Hartberg. Last game of the pre-season tournament before we find out if we go to the semi-finals. Winning this means we will. Come on, lads. Let's get a win. Sim it, and we get a win. Now, another player on a red card. Spearing with a goal, though. Okay, a little bit of payback there for getting a red card in the first game. Nuttall getting a goal, which I'm a little bit surprised. We completely changed that team around, apart from 2 players and the goalkeeper. And, oh, we're out of the tournament. Okay, I thought possibly a win and a draw would get us through into the semi-finals, but I guess not. Did we get a draw? Oh, no, we didn't get a draw, did we? We've got 2 losses. Oh, no, we got two wins. Do you not have a semi-final in that one? I'm baffled. I thought 2 wins would have got us through into the semi-finals. There mustn't be a semi-final in that. Something, I don't know. I'm a bit unsure on that one. But anyway, we got the 2 wins. We got 1 loss, but at least we got 2 wins. That's nice. Let's check our transfer budget now. We got 315,000. That definitely helps. How much did we get from it? 315,000. Players suspended. And unfortunately didn't reach the final. But I got 2 wins and 1 loss. And I couldn't make it to the final. Very bizarre. But anyway, we got 315,000 to play with now. So that definitely helps us. Let's change that over. So if we move that all the way to wage, we get 28,000. It's not a lot. Like, not a massive improvement. But it's almost an extra 10k than what we started with once we moved all the transfer budget to 0. So it definitely helps. So there we have it, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up the first episode here because I just don't want to get too far into it without seeing your guys' input down below in the comment section. Like I say, let me know down below who to sign for this career mode, because obviously with it being on PC as well, we can do all these amazing things like get our own, kits designed, stadium upgrades. Possibly once we get into the Premier League and we spend a season or 2 there, we'll take 50 million out of the transfer budget, maybe more than 50, depending on the size of the stadium we want to build and everything. But it's something I'd love to do, and with being on PC, it allows us to do that sort of thing, and having the kits designed and having your guys' input and all that sort of good stuff. I definitely want to do. So I don't want to get too far ahead. I want you guys involved in this as much as I am involved in it, sort of thing. So let me know down below who to sign. You can see here we've had a few more players come up in the scouting. As you can see here, we've got Felix the Metcher here, Anthony Gordon, obviously Jamie Bowden, Bogus, I'm going to guess from Leeds there, Polish player. Also, I've got a short list here of players who we could possibly loan in and get them in. Now our wage budget's gone up to 28,000. That definitely helps, but it's not loads, but it can surely help us get in. Ideally, I'd like to get in 3 players, 1 winger, 1 centre mid, or no, sorry, 1 winger, 2 centre mids. Actually, when I think about it, probably 1 winger, 3 centre mids, if I could, because that centre mids, I've only got 1 sub, and obviously, as you've seen in the cup, it definitely didn't help, in terms of players not having full fitness ready for the next game. But anyway, let me know down below, guys, on your suggestions. Also, let me know on a Scout Future Star as well, because we'll definitely try and get this involved if you guys are more than happy with that. I'd be happy to even get a centre-back or a cam or centre-mid or left mid-strike. Any position would be nice. Just a Scout Future Star would be nice. Just knowing at least 1 player will drag us through this and get us up the leagues. If we can count on anyone, we can count on him. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget, leave a like down below on the video. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. And I'll see you guys for the next episode.